Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Just a short time lapse for you today. It's been pretty hot here today, but it's supposed to cool down later with a storm about 9 o'clock tonight. So hopefully that'll make it a lot easier to sleep tonight. Not really much to report. Nothing's really changed, so I'll leave you to watch the rest of the time lapse, and we'll go into a drill with me after that. Bye, talk to you soon. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Terry from Aussie Diamond Painters, and welcome. Dear oh dear, what a day. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of housework today, so I'm hot and sweaty because it is hot in Sydney. There's a couple of things that I'd like to ask. I want to start saving for a new computer, so I'd just like some feedback, if I can, on what I should get. Whether I should get an Apple or whether I should get a PC. I have Apple phone, Apple Watch, Apple iPad, Apple laptop, but I don't think my Apple laptop has enough memory or enough guts. I think I'm going to need a desktop. So whether I should get a Windows or PC, or whether I should get an Apple. Now what I want to do is another question before the next question. Is would you guys like to see my face when I'm DPing? Or do you just want to see my hands like it is now? If it's the case that you want to see my face at the same time, which I don't mind, and when I go for doing lives, it's probably the same thing, same question, whether you'd like to see my face when I'm doing lives or not. Now, I would like to set up so I can have, for not only DPing but for private use as well, a camera pointing to the DP that I can zoom in. I can't zoom in on this and it's really annoying. And also a camera for my face. Now I have a tripod that I put my phone on at the moment. I also have one of those little tripods with one of those spider ones that I can wrap around my table to point to me. But I need to know what sort of software I'll need to do that, so you can see both. And whether I should get a PC or an Apple desktop, or if there's a laptop out there that would be even better. but what size do I need? What specifications would I need to run that comfortably? If anybody knows, if you can leave it in the comment section, and I'll be indebted to you. I won't be buying it straight away. It'll be something that I'll be saving for. So that's why I've mainly put up the shop, so I can not only help Australians to get kits quicker, but also so I can make money, so I can make my setup a lot better. I've been thinking about this for some time, but I'm not really sure how to go about it. So if anybody has any ideas, or can put me on to somebody who might have ideas, that would be fantabulous. Fantastic. So what's today been like in Sydney, Australia? When this morning when I got up, it was pretty hot, and this was done a few days ago, so I've just scheduled it for when I'm away or nearly away. Hot, sweaty, doing a lot of housework, vacuuming, washing, ironing, cleaning, washing up because the dishwasher's packed it in. You know, just normal household chores, dusting. So I've been doing that today because back to work tomorrow, of course. It's Sunday today. I'd love to be able to work from home, but that's not something that I can do. Or I haven't found a job where I can do it. Maybe I should start looking around again, because it's getting very common for people to work at home now. So telecommute, as they call it. With things like software programs like Jira and all that sort of thing that can send you tasks to do, and you send it back via Jira saying you've done it and here's the code for it. Gone quiet all of a sudden. I thought I was putting them on the wrong symbols, but I'm not. Thank goodness. Okay, so we have this. Yeah, so if anybody's got any ideas, it'd be great if you could let me know. Or again, as I said, put me in touch with somebody who may know. Favorite smells? Especially when I'm cleaning, I like vanilla because it's a very clean smell. And just let me check something just for a minute. Yeah, I can't see anymore. Back to vanilla. I'll probably end up finding some as soon as I put them away, but I'll come to it. Yeah, I like vanilla, French vanilla, or vanilla bean, or something like that. A nice clean, I think it's a nice clean smell. Roses, if it's, like I'm talking about candles here, roses if it's pretty strong, and when I make the candles, I make the scent pretty strong, so you don't have to, I can put them in tea lights or something, or spa ones that are the ones I like to make. They're bigger, they're in a plastic container, and I just put them in a tea light container, and yeah, burns for a few hours, and I'll blow them out, and the smell's there for a long time. What's the furthest you've ever been from home? Well, I've been to Canada. I suppose that'd be the furthest. Yeah, Canada I think would be the furthest. Do you have any special talents? I don't know whether you'd call it a special talent, but I'm an extremely good listener. And people seem to be drawn to me because of that. Because they can sit down and talk to me about something, and not only do they know that I'd keep it private, I'm very trustworthy in that way. I'm not sure, but they seem to come and tell me all their problems. Not that I really mind, but when it's at work, it seems to take up a bit of my day. Sometimes helping people out, or just sitting and listening. Yeah, and they can come back to me a couple of weeks later, and we can talk about the same topic, and I remember what they've told me previously. So that is a good sign of a good listener, I think. And if I see them in the hallway at work, I ask them how they're going and if things are settling down, and I think they appreciate that, because without telling other people what the issue is, they like to know that at least you'll follow up with them and make sure they're okay. I probably should be a therapist of some kind, and I actually started doing a course in that, but it was too much at the time with work, and I was extremely busy at work, and then trying to get the coursework done. It was just more than impossible. So one day maybe I might finish it, because I really did enjoy it, but not at this point. Where were you born? I was born in Sydney, Australia. What what's your zodiac sign? Do you believe in it? I'm a Capricorn, and I wouldn't have a clue what that means. I believe in tarot cards. I read tarot cards, but zodiac, not so much. I nearly put one in the wrong place. What are your hobbies? Well, diamond painting, of course, is my favourite hobby at the moment. My other hobbies are making jewellery, but I haven't done that for a little while now, since I started diamond painting. I like making diamond painting pens, depending on what they are. I like doing the clay ones. And of course I don't have any to show you, because as soon as I make them and I put them on my page, they go just about, with the clay ones, because of the pretty patterns and the pretty colours and that sort of thing. Next time I make a bunch, I might do a quick video and show you what sort I make. Not that I expect you to buy them, especially if you're in the States, but just so you know what I'm doing. And make the cones, and I usually try and make 3 or 4 pens. You know, similar, but they're all different. They're I left the one little only one here. Yeah, so I really enjoy that, doing those. Down arrow is 21. Do you have any pets? Yes, I have a pussycat. A white ragdoll cat that leaves fur everywhere. And he loves me to death. Too much at times, I think. He sleeps with me and lives in my room. My room has a veranda off it, so he spends most of his time out there, even though I've got the door open between the bedroom and the balcony, so if he gets cold or wet or whatever, he can come inside. Except when I'm at work, I shut the door and he's outside. He can't get away, so I don't like outdoor cats that can get away. They kill too much nature for me. So indoor cats are fine. I would prefer to get a dog. I would love a little dog, but dogs in units, you can't get approval for them here, so it makes it a little difficult. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I have a brother and a sister. My sister and I don't see eye to eye with my brother. So we don't talk to him. Mum and Dad do, of course. Talk to him and his wife, but he's caused a lot of problems within the family that of course Mum and Dad can't see. He thinks he's the, apple of their eye and can't do anything wrong. And, he can be very nasty, very mean. So neither my sister nor I have much to do with him. I mean, we'll be civil at family dues and things like that, that he won't be civil with us. But other than that, we don't have anything to do with him. I used to go over there for Christmas to his place, just for Mum and Dad, for Mum and Dad's sake. But now he's moved a few hours away. It's really too far to go, because I spend Christmas Day with my sister, and we used to go to my brother's for Christmas dinner. But he's just too far away now, and I think that's great. Mum and Dad go and see him a lot, but yeah, no. I know the town where he lives, but I wouldn't have a clue of the house where he lives. His address, street address. We had Mum and Dad's 60th wedding anniversary party, as some of you know, in November of last year. Gee whiz, that's gone quick. Wow. They'll be coming up to 61 soon. But anyway, of course he attended. And we all sort of nodded our heads and said hello to him. And he didn't answer, so. But, yeah. It's sad, really, because your family's your family, your family. I've always thought that. But he has been really mean to me with some of the things he has said and done. Not only in private but also in public, which I just don't agree with. Doing things like that in public. But yeah. Any more down arrows? I don't think so. But oh yes, there's 2 more, 3 more. So much confetti on this part. It's hard to get them all. I'll probably find more later. Like, I've already found a couple of colours that I've already put in this lot, and there's still a few more to go. Hate that, but it's life. The 31. Cat's playing out here with a toy. He's just funny. The little baby one, my daughter's cat. I'll be pleased when they get home now, so I don't have to look after them anymore. He's a little bugger. But they're over in New Zealand at at his best friend's wedding. He's from New Zealand. So they went over there for that, and they come home in a couple of days, or tomorrow night actually now. So I just hope they keep the place clean and tidy. But I doubt that'll happen, but anyway. Gone through and given the place a good clean, as I do whenever they go away. It's not tidy because they leave stuff everywhere, but it's clean underneath, so I don't really care if it's tidy as long as it's clean. I don't usually spend much time up here in the lounge room. I'm usually in my bedroom, but the air conditioner's up here and stuff, and they're not home. I like to give them some privacy, but I think for at least the rest of summer I'm going to have to leave it up here. It's just too hot downstairs in my room, so they might have to put up with my company. So I'll probably be doing a lot more time lapses. Gee whiz, there's a lot of confetti in this patch. Not to worry. I made it a fairly big square for this lot because I knew it was going to be confetti. It doesn't seem to take as long when you've got bigger squares when you're dealing with confetti. Not so many changes. Invisible drills. Who called them that? Who started calling them that? It might have been Jennifer. I'm not sure. Jennifer or oh no, Fruitini, I think. Invisible drills. I seem to get a fair few of those. Just give me a sec. The little pussycat wants to get in. He's yelling at the door. Ask nicely. Now you'll have to ask me nicely to get out to use the kitty litter. I stuck that outside while I was backing. I haven't brought it back in yet. But they're both pretty good with the kitty litter, so I don't have much to worry about there. Dear, where are we up to? What did you want to be when you grew up? A police officer. I think I've said this before. In Australia, when I was young enough to join the police force, there was a height restriction. You had to be 5'6.5", I think it was, back in those days, or 5'6". And of course, being 5 foot, I didn't make the grade. So therefore, I didn't make the police force. I think I've said this story before too. My sister didn't have a clue what she wanted to be, but she joined the police force because she was tall enough. I got the Southwell genes, which is my dad's side of the family. I went back to my maiden name when I left my husband. Very Irish English name, Southwell, but anyway. And squirrels keep running past and tell me to put this DP on, put this drill on. Who was your best friend? My best friend, my first best friend, first best friend was a girl named Donna Steet. She's married now, so of course she's changed her name. She was the girl I was telling you about that became a paraplegic. And I'm going to see, when I go away in Port Macquarie, I'm going to see her, but I'm also going to see a guy who I knew when I was about, younger than 16. I just can't remember what age. And it's funny, I remember different things. I don't know whether people have told me or whether I actually, remember them, but this particular person I feel like I remember rather than gone from stories. But he came up to Nambucca Heads a couple of years in a row with the friend that I'm visiting in Nambucca Heads, Ross, who I'm giving the skull to. He used to come to Nambucca Heads with him. He was good mates with him down in Sydney. So he used to come up there. Well, I'm going to see him. We're just meeting at a coffee shop or something. I haven't seen him for like, oh my God, it'd have to be 30 or 40 years since I've seen him. So we're just going to have a quick hello. He's very happily married for the third time. And we're just going to meet up, and even though I don't drink coffee, if you hear that alarm sounding noise, that's my washing machine when I finish this this drill with me. I'll go and hang that washing out. Now they want out again. Just a second. You want to go out too, Monty? He's a good boy. Out you go. I'm not going to stand here all day. No? Okay. One's out, one's in. Yeah, so I'm going to meet him at a coffee shop, and I'll probably have a hot chockey. I've never drunk coffee, so that's my fallback. Hot chockey. How tall are you? 5 foot tall. I'm not very tall at all. I was 5'4.5" for a very long time, and for some reason I grew that extra half an inch, and I was very proud of that extra half an inch, so I'm now 5 foot tall. Not that it makes that much difference, but I'm one of those girls that you used to see walking around in stilettos all the time and now have bad little toes because of it. My little toe is bent under my other toe. It doesn't give me any problems. Except when I do a lot of walking. I'd actually like to break them and fix them up, but probably too old for that now. What is the least favourite thing about myself? My weight. I'd love to get rid of it. Doesn't matter what I do. I can eat all the right stuff and I don't lose weight. I can go to the gym 7 days a week and I don't lose weight. So, but I'm trying. I'm always trying. I'm very trying. But yeah, never seem to be able to lose it. The doctors tell me it's from all the hormones and stuff that I was on when I was on IVF years ago, but I don't know whether to believe that or not. I can't eat sugar, so because I'm a diabetic. So you think I'd lose weight naturally because of the diet that I have to be on, but I don't lose a thing. Sugar levels are great. I have no issue with my sugar levels. But I just can't lose the weight. Don't understand it. But I say to people just as a joke, I'd love to get anorexia for 6 weeks. I'd lose a few kilos in that 6 weeks and then I'm better again. But I know that's not the way it works. But I had a dream about it once, and ever since that dream that I had anorexia for a little while, and I got all thin and beautiful. But yeah. Shouldn't wish for it, it might happen. But funniest moment through school. Oh God. We went to the zoo, and dear little Terry, who was me, who was such a tall girl but very athletic, swam, played tennis, ran, all that sort of stuff, decided she wanted to go and see the elephants. And the way the zoo's set up, you go sort of around like that. But Terry didn't want to do that. Terry was here and the elephants were there. So Terry just wanted to jump over that fence to go and see the elephants. So that's what Terry did. And what did Terry do? In Australia, we have to wear school uniforms. So we don't wear our own clothes to school. We wore a uniform. And Terry jumps over the fence, gets the dress uniform caught on the fence post and rips the bloody thing apart. Of course, Terry would do that. And it was absolutely hilarious. I got home, I got into so much trouble, but I couldn't stop laughing because I could just imagine what I looked like as I was going over the fence. I could hear the rip and my face went, oops. And the noise of the rip just kept going on and on and on. And because I went to a ladies' college, the uniforms for the ladies' college are very expensive. So my mother and father were not happy. They were not happy, Jan, when I got home and my school uniform was all ripped. And the biggest problem of the whole thing was that was the only time I ever jigged school, and we were going to the zoo the next day for school. So I jigged school to go to the zoo, and we were going the next day. So, haha, joke's on me. What is your favourite drink? Well, Coca-Cola, but I'm not allowed to drink that anymore. So I have this diabetic drink. I can't stand the taste of straight water. Oh God, that little cat's going to be the death of me. He wants back in again. In or out? Stay one or the other. Lucky I'm close to the door. What was I saying? Oh yes, it's a diabetic drink. It's just orange flavour, like a cordial, only a diabetic cordial, no sugar in it. So I drink a lot of that. Excuse me while I just vape for a second. I'll cover the mic. How many countries have you visited? I've been to Manila, Hong Kong, Vanuatu, some of the South Pacific Islands on that cruise that I did a few years ago, America, South America, North America, Canada. That's about it. I've been to, except for Manila and Hong Kong, I've been to the other ones more than once. I love visiting America. I did a lot of travelling around America some years ago, both with my first husband and then on my own. I took Beck to Disneyland, and she's been to Canada. I mean, she's probably too young. She probably would have been too young to remember it, but she has been there. Oh, I don't know whether she went to Canada. I think I went to Canada on my own. Second husband didn't like travelling, so I travelled on my own to see some friends in Canada and then looked after Beck. Worst thing I ever did. Anyway, kept kept getting messages from Beck that starting fights with her and all this sort of thing. Made it very difficult when I was a long way away. I shouldn't have gone. Or I should have taken her with me, one of the two. On one of the trips to America and Canada that I didn't take her on, I have a skin condition called psoriasis. And a friend of mine put me onto this drink. It was just like a vitamin drink, and it really did help a lot. It was a multi-level marketing thing in America. It didn't take off out here as far as I know. So I had to import it and used to buy it off her at a discount and had it shipped out here, in bulk bottles. About, 10 bottles at a time or something. And I used to drink it morning and night, and it really did help my skin. So they invited me over to America. They paid for this trip, America and Canada, and did talks at their spoke to their teams about the drink and how it helped me and all that sort of thing. So anything for a free trip to the States, I say. But then I can't even remember what it was called now. A fair while ago. That business went belly up, and they had an energy drink, and that drink for my skin that was fantastic. And of course I can't get it anymore, so not that I need it, because I have needles that's totally cleared it. That stuff helped a lot, but it never totally cleared it. But you could hardly tell I had it when I was drinking the juice. So, when you got something like I had, you try anything. People say try this will work. Try that, that'll work. But not much of it did. Funniest one somebody told me to try was a cream that they put on cows that you milk on their teats, and it was supposed to help psoriasis. I mean, that's just, I tried it, didn't work. It was like a witch doctor's trier, or witch doctor's guinea pig. Anything and anything, I would try it. Within reason, of course. But, yeah. Cream that they put on cows' teats. Some of those things work for some people. Like a lot of the steroid creams and that sort of thing used to work for my brother, because his condition is hereditary. But it worked for my brother and some cousins that had psoriasis as well. None of them, of course, I have to be special, none of them had it as bad as me. Like, none of them were, never ending at the dermatologist, because mine was so thick. Like every time I bent my elbow, the skin would crack and it'd bleed and stuff like that. Mine was just that bad. But a lot of the different creams and lotions and potions that I tried, I'd pass on to relatives that also had it, and it worked for them, but of course it didn't work for me. So C'est la vie. Horses for courses. Probably the needle I'm on now wouldn't help somewhere it helps me, so that's the way things go, I suppose. Cats are playing over on the lounge here. Most of their toys are on it. I've just been vacuuming in here, and most of their toys are on the lounge, so they're both up there playing with their toys. That little one is just a maniac, honestly. And cats are supposed to sleep all day, I thought. All cats, not this one. He hardly sleeps at all. And naps through. They're supposed to be awake an hour a day. They're supposed to sleep about 23 hours a day. And he hardly sleeps at all, it appears. Whenever I'm home, he's away. And over this last weekend, at least the last few days that, you know, Beck and Jordan have been away, I hardly ever see him sleep. I'm normally in my bedroom DPing away, but I moved the table up here when they went away for a few days so I could sit in the air conditioning, and what are you doing? Just a second. You okay under there? You okay? Sorry, back again. I thought one of them wasn't breathing. It was very quiet, didn't move. And I thought he was under one of those plastic tunnels on the lounge, but he was actually in it. God, bloody cats. Anyhow. Be on to the last line soon. Just looking for any more of this. Not sure that there is, but I'm sure I'm going to have to get it out again. Oh yes, here we go. A whole bunch of them. When I finish this colour, I think I'll call it a day. Again, just repeating from what I said earlier. Look at all these 9s and 5s. I've done them. Oh, God, that's annoying. And cold. Yeah, from what I said earlier, if anybody knows of anybody that can give me some advice on what sort of system to get, and that sort of thing, can you let me know? There's no rush, because as I said, I'm slowly going to be saving for what I need to purchase. So I would like to, I'm bending towards Apple because I've got everything else Apple. But yeah, so iOS I'm sort of leaning towards because everything else I've got's iOS, so it might be easier. But again, if you can't get the software programs and stuff like that that I need on iOS, of course I don't mind getting Windows. Yeah, anyway, if you can leave comments down the bottom of the page, down there, and if you can give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and click the alarm bell as well so that you can see my videos as I put them up. I enjoy doing them. I hope you guys enjoy watching them while you're DPing or whatever you're doing. I find that's what I like. I like to be able to listen to them while I'm DPing. Look up every now and then if you think you need to, and then just continue along your merry way. But yeah, I enjoy them. So that's why I do them, because I know other people do as well. And most people are going to lives. Like if I did lives, I'd only do one a week, and in Australian time. So you guys in America probably wouldn't be around to see them, but you could watch the replay again and do your DPs and all that sort of thing. But I think at least one live in Australian time I would like to do, like, you know, one evening or something like that. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'd like to get a good setup first. I'm going to try again after I get back from holidays, doing a live. But my internet connection down in my room isn't very good, so I'll try the internet connection up here. But I'm also moving in August, so I'm hoping to get a good connection when I move as well. So I'd like to get a decent setup. But of course I don't have one as yet. Anyway, it was lovely talking at you. And I'll talk at you again soon. Bye bye for now.